to Aurora
Cassville.
football as we are prepared here this evening. We've had some technical difficulties, but we do thank you for um, your condolences here this evening. We are in Cassville, Missouri, as the Cassville Wildcats will be hosting the Aurora Hound Dogs here this evening. And this is Wayne Roberts along with Chad Estes.
Hello.
And along with Jess Williams. He will be running the camera this evening. And the Cassville Wildcats are seated number 2 in the district, and they proved to be very rude hosts the first time that we played this team. And here we are back again, and this is in the district tournament. So this is game number 10. Yes, the Aurora Hound Dogs are 0-8. We bring you the national anthem.
Yeah.
And their rendition of the national anthem, and we thank them for that. Should be a good ball game here this evening as we look out over the field. The field, evidently, it's either fescue or zoysia, but whatever it is brown. And we know this, Chad, that as the Aurora Hound Dogs come in here tonight limping, and we have not good news, but the news is that we have another player or two that will not perform tonight. And I'm not sure how many eligible players that we have ready for tonight's contest.
I'm not positive, but I think they said 18, counting 18 plus Sammy Salas because he does the kickoff. So 17 or 18, Wayne.
Boy,
our lowest number of the year so far.
Yeah, what a turn of events that's going to be here this evening. So as we prepare for tonight's game, one of the things that we always talk about would be ball control. How much time will our offense spend on the field? Because as they control the ball, it keeps the defense on the sidelines, if we want to say that, because the guys that play offense will be playing defense. And when you're down to less than 20 players participating, why you're just about have to throw caution to the wind. And the only thing you and I were talking about earlier today, Chad, is the fact that Cassville, if they're looking ahead and if they're putting a lot of their attention on next week's game, then the Aurora Hound Dogs, that ball takes some funny bounces, and it could bounce the Aurora way tonight, and it would be probably not very well conceived that it would do that. But I'll tell you this, these kids are going to be out there giving 110% no matter what.
Oh, yeah, Wayne. These guys all year long have battled and fought, and we're the underdog Hound Dogs tonight, of course, I'm sure, with being a 7 seed. But we got a lot to play for, and the guys that are out there, I'm so proud of them because, I mean, they've been not only outnumbered and outmatched, but like Coach said earlier, everyone's learned different positions this year, and some thrown in the fire, so to speak. Not maybe didn't anticipate playing, but everyone's getting a lot of playing time. But we got a young talent coming back and let's just see if we can shock the Big Eight and win tonight.
Well, that's one of the things that we had talked about since last week was the fact that the Aurora Hound Dogs better not take them lightly because they are very capable, especially on offense. They're very capable of scoring. I think they've been shut out maybe once this year, um, but in the same sense, they give up a lot of points, but on defense, um, that's where the test will come tonight.
Oh yeah, but last time we were here, if I remember correctly, Cassville won the coin toss, deferred, kicked off to us, and we fumbled. And I think technically we were undefeated for 8 seconds. On the 9th second, the Cassville player crossed the goal line, and that was the way our season started. So, that first game of the season, though, we were inexperienced. We're still young, but a lot of those young players have got some experience this year. So, hopefully, we'll be ready for the Wildcats tonight in this home crowd.
Well, why don't we do this? Why don't we take a quick break and let you listen to some of the people that make this broadcast possible? We'll be back right after this. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Cassville, Missouri. This is Wayne Roberts along with Chad Estes and Jess Williams, who will be running the camera this evening. And we do apologize for getting on late, but we have all of the technical difficulties worked out. So we welcome you to Aurora Hound Dog football. Should be a dandy tonight, Chad, as these two teams met in about the first game of the year. And like you said a while ago, it took Aurora about 8.5 seconds to stay undefeated. And then on the 9th second, Cassville crossed the goal line and never looked back.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's been 10 weeks ago, Wayne. Where's the season went? Well, we left some room for improvement on the field that night, and hopefully these Hounds been more seasoned. And these two teams have battled for years, but when districts start, records are 0, clean slate. Both teams' season is on the line tonight.
Well, you're right there. Both teams looking to advance to next week. The Aurora Hound Dogs coming into tonight's game, they are 1-8. 9. This will be game 10 on the year and the first game in the district tournament. So, unfortunately, though, we do have some illnesses and some sickness. And how many players do we have ready to go tonight?
Well, we'll get that to you guys in a minute. There was one or two that was questionable, so we're still going through that. There's 7.5 minutes left, so we'll get the final numbers here soon. But I think, for the record, it's our smallest player eligible yet.
Well, as we look out at the weather here this evening, should be okay. The flag down on the left end is really just lamp, and both flags are. So the wind will not be a factor here this evening. The weather will not be a factor here this evening. So it should be a good ball game here this evening for not only the Aurora Hound Dog, but for also Cassville, the Wildcats, as they come in with only, I think, 2 losses on the season?
Yeah, they had a tough game last week at Lamar. 17-14, Lamar prevailed. That was a good, tough battle last year. Cassville broke Lamar's 56-game winning streak. So, the good rivalry there. But hopefully these Wildcats be coming out here and maybe overlook the Hounds, and maybe the Hounds get on the board early, and like you said earlier, maybe the ball can bounce our way, get a turnover or two. And, for our seniors, I think there's only 3 playing tonight. Jay Lee, Cordova, and Shaw. Not for sure if Leo Torres is playing. I don't think he is tonight. Yeah, we got 3. So, hey, who's to say any of those guys are going to go on and play the next level. So, technically it could be the last time they lace them up tonight. So, Friday Night Lights, seniors, you never know when your career's on the line. Some people shine. So.
Oh, absolutely. And as you and I talked earlier, that ball can take some funny hops. And if it hops the Hound Dog way tonight, then if the Hound Dogs can score first, and if they can keep the Wildcats at a distance, in other words, the Aurora Hound Dogs, if they can keep their defense off of the field and control the ball on offense, then they have a chance to walk away with a victory. This would be probably one of the upsets in the Big 8 Conference here tonight, because Aurora comes in seeded number 7. The Wildcats come in seeded number 2. So, or number 3. I'm not sure which that they were seeded, but at any rate, if you go on what happened the first of the year, then the Wildcats took control early and never looked back.
Yeah, I remember DJ White. He caught a couple balls and ran all day for the Wildcats. But Preddy, he's a horse. So, yeah, the Hounds will have to play keep away and try to get some ball control. And definitely missing some athletes the first time, Jackson, Clark, etc. So we're thinner than the first time we came down, but you never know.
Well, you're right there. And as we had mentioned, that ball can take some funny hops, and we shall see, because the thing that really, as far as the keys to tonight's ball game, would be controlling the line of scrimmage and penalties. Those penalties and turnovers, they play an integral part of the success of the winning team here this evening.
Yeah, we haven't. I know. Well, I don't know what the official takeaway giveaway. I know we're behind in the takeaways, but yeah, we can't afford to turn the ball over tonight for sure. But we got to get on them early, and hopefully catch them off guard tonight.
Well, that can be done as the Wildcats and the Hound Dogs waiting for the officials to call them out to the center of the field for the coin toss. And if we'll recall, last time these two teams met, why the official tossed the coin in the air, and I think that the Wildcats won the
They
toss.
deferred.
And they deferred to halftime.
How little did they know they were going to
Boy, isn't that
get
the
the
truth?
fumble on the kickoff and score 9 seconds into the season.
Well, we see that, I believe that's Cordova that's coming out to the center of the field for the coin toss. And so these players here tonight, the seniors, this is their last game on both sides of the ball, whether it be Cassville or whether it be Aurora. And when I say the last time that these seniors will meet on the football field.
Yeah, Wayne, they're getting ready to do the coin toss right now, but I noticed number 50 out there. It's good to see him. Sean Jackson
Yes.
went out early in the season and had a labrum surgery, but I don't believe he's going to be able to play tonight, but they were able to let him dress out and go with his fellow seniors one more time. So that's special. I'm glad to see Sean and hope he's recovering from injury.
Absolutely, and both coaches out also, as both coaches will have an opportunity to give some last-minute instructions to their players, because they'll be there as this coin is ready to toss. They are now leaving the field.
Well, remember last time, Wayne, Coach Wildy's son, Clay, is the offensive coordinator, and just shook hands with Dad. And
Yes.
Dad walked off, and Clay come off, and players are still waiting. But I'm sure they don't. Coach said they don't talk much the week when they play each other, so they'll catch up later. But
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they may not talk much tonight, but as the coin toss goes in the air, and we see they are talking to, well, actually both teams, and now they're going to have the Aurora Hound Dogs will, looks like, receive. They will.
all right,
And so the Cassville Wildcats will kick off. Aurora will be going from left to right on your radio as you look at it. And
last week I think Rollman had around 100 yards receiving, and Brody Sims had 75 or so. So Jay Lee put the ball in the air, and we're going to have to use that bag of tricks in a play calling tonight.
well, do you suppose that Cassville would try the onside kick? Now I know,
No.
even though
I
there's
do
some
not.
familiarity there with coaches,
I
I
like the idea of it. No, I don't think so. That would surprise me. But last kickoff I seen start the game surprised me. So we'll see.
a lot of fans have come down from Aurora as we look across the way, and on a really a nice night. It was cold and windy last night, but tonight that's different. It's not real chilly out there. The players could care less, but the wind will not be a factor here this evening. Back to do the kicking for the Hound Dogs, and there it is. And no, it is a long well into the end zone, and now almost out of the end zone. So the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Hound Dogs will put it in play. Quite a different story from the way it started the last time. So here we go as the Hound Dogs break the huddle, as Jay Lee slaps some hands and calls the play. Now they break the huddle, come to the line of scrimmage. two players will split, one to the right, one to the left, and probably have somebody in motion, and they do. Here is the snap, and there's Sims up the middle, and he crosses the 20 and gets maybe a yard or so on the play. So that'll bring up second down, and we'll call it about 8. Second down, and short 8. The scoreboard has it second and 9. So it's not quite to the 22-yard line. Here we go to the line of scrimmage. Savage in the backfield. Here's the snap. Looking, here's Jay Lee with the toss out into the flats. And here is a tackle as he crosses the 25-yard line out to about the 27. So pick up positive yards. Going to bring up third and about 3, maybe 4 yards. So third and about, we'll call it about 3 yards to go.
Be nice to move the chains here, sustain a drive, get a couple first downs, keep this crowd out of it, Wayne. Big down for the Dogs early.
Well, now they move the ball up a little bit, so it's going to be 3rd and 2. Let's see if we can get this first down. A mighty big play right here as we have the motion. Now it's set up in the backfield. Here is the snap, and there's Jay Lee across. Did he get the first down? And it's going to be awfully close. They're going to put the ball right on the 30-yard line, so it's going to be a matter of how far. Oh, he did get it. Yeah.
Forward progress.
So they gave him to the 31, so he gets the first down. Good ball movement.
That was a good job by Jay Lee to keep his legs moving.
Good offensive line blocking, as all he needed was a couple of yards, and he picked up 3. Here we go to the line of scrimmage. Still in the first period, just underway. Jay Lee looks over the defense, now under center, gets the snap, drops back, looking over the middle, and the ball is caught.
Brody Sims.
Out to about the 41-yard line.
Close for another first down here, depending on where they spot him, Wayne. Oh, it's
going to be, I think,
he's going lame to the sideline.
Maybe a little short of the first down. It's going to be second and about a foot, it looks like. Second down and about a foot as we have a couple of players coming in for the Cassville Wildcats.
Oh.
Boy, Jay Lee was wanting to hurry and get that ball in motion, but a
He
fumble, and
I think he got it back.
I think he did. I think he fell on it.
That's still 3rd and short, Wayne. Still got a good chance here.
Yeah, it's going to recover at the 40-yard line, so it's going to bring up 3rd and a yard. So we need to pick up this 1 yard now.
Jay Lee might call his own number here because they're late getting up there.
Here is Jay Lee
did.
straight ahead, and it looks like he's got the change.
First down.
Yes. As he gets all the way out to about the 44-yard line, maybe the 45-yard line. So
some late substitutions for the Wildcats on defense last 2 plays, Wayne.
So we'll wait and see. They do give him forward progress, so they do get the first down. So it's 1st and 10, ball at their own 45-yard line. 8 minutes and about 50 seconds left here in this opening quarter. Here's Jay Lee as he turns the corner, gets up to about the 49-yard line. It's going to pick up about 4 yards as he called his own number. So it's going to bring up 2nd and about 6 as the Hound Dogs are moving it both in the air and on the ground. Show some versatility from this offense, and this is exactly what the doctor had ordered.
That offensive line's getting some drive early.
They are. 2 receivers, one to the right, one to the left. Here is motion, and Jay Lee under center as they set up in the I. He hands it to the fullback, and
get out of there.
There's a long pass downfield, and that's going to be incomplete.
Between 3 Wildcats.
And it wasn't anything but black shirts back there. And I think one of the players had it, and I believe that may have been the quarterback.
It looked ugly from the start, but
it was DJ White who was back there. He had an opportunity to catch that, and one of his own players ran into him, and prevented him from catching it. It's going to bring up third down.
Wayne, DJ White's a heck of an athlete. He's one of the guys on the Pixie and Preview cover. I mean, we'll be calling his name a lot tonight.
Absolutely. Here is the quarterback is under center. Now he throws
Brody.
it, and it's good.
Yes, first down.
He's still
hold
he
on.
drops it, kicks it, and knocks
He's
it out of bounds.
No, he's out of bounds.
No,
What?
Cassville covered it.
Whoa.
Cassville got it, and
that looked out of bounds to me, Wayne.
Yeah, it sure did, but the guys in the striped shirts were right there all over it. But we have 7:52 on the clock, and here comes Cassville for the first time.
That would have been a first down if Hounds would have kept the ball, but once again, they did move it.
DJ White out to the right side. Here's a snap and a handoff
Ready.
straight up the middle, and he is going to pick up a couple of yards on the play. He's going to get across the 35 out to about the 37-yard line. He's going to pick up about 4 yards. We're going to bring up second and about 6 yards on the play.
Boy, that's a tough break for the Hounds there, Wayne.
Oh, man.
They had 3 first downs, was driving and keeping the ball away from them.
Well,
Hey.
they had the first down, but just somebody stripped it. Here we go. Looks like in the I formation, here's a pitch back
DJ White.
to White, and White turns the corner. He gets the first down, and he crosses the 45-yard line out to about the 48-yard line. So that's where Cassville will set it up. 7 minutes and 7 seconds on the clock as he was out of bounds, knocked out of bounds. So here they come to the line of scrimmage. And
Boy, it's hard to have one-on-one coverage with DJ White, but that's what the Hounds are probably going to have to do tonight.
White in motion as he turns the corner. Here is Bates back, and now he throws a long pass downfield, and it is caught and into the end zone for a touchdown. So it's a 52-yard pass, and at the 6:45 mark, so just like that, the Wildcats get on the board. A 52-yard pass
That was to Cooper, Brett Cooper.
to Cooper, and they'll try for the extra point. They'll try to kick. Here's the snap, ball down, kick up, and it is good. So the score here, as we are at the 6:45 mark here in the first period, the score 7-0 in favor of the Wildcats.
You know, 3 plays it took them, Wayne, to go 60-some yards, and boy, it just let the air out of the sail for the Hounds there.
Oh, it did it ever, because the Hounds were moving and they had the first down, and somebody, and there was 2 or 3 black shirts around Sims, I believe, and just reached in and pulled that ball loose.
Yeah,
So,
I thought he was out of bounds, but don't matter.
well, let's see if we can start this all over again and maybe get on the board and tie the game.
You know, you said last kickoff went out of bounds or went into the end zone. That Drake Reese last year had 32 touchbacks his junior season and was an all-state kicker. So
Well,
look for him to put a boot in this one too.
yeah, he's at it again. He approaches the ball. There's the kick, and it is the same thing. It's going to go way out of the end zone, or I shouldn't say out of the end zone. It's going to go in the end zone. So that is a touchback. Then the ball will come out to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, last year he was 54 of 61 from his extra points, Wayne. So this kid's probably going to go on and play somewhere. I haven't heard if he signed with anybody yet, but he's got a good leg.
I would think that you're right there, that with his leg, he will probably be kicking for somebody next year. Well, here we go to the line of scrimmage as Roman splits the right side, and 3 down linemen, so they're going to have 4 down linemen, so they'll run the 4-3 defense. Here is Jay Lee back. He is looking. He's got a lot of time. Here's the toss. A great catch out at the 45-yard line.
Roman got that one in traffic.
That is on the side of Cassville, the Wildcats, and that's going to be very close to a first down. That's going to be second, and we'll call it maybe a yard and a half to go, maybe
Jay
2 yards.
He's 4 for 4 in passing here. I like his accuracy early.
So here we go, and Jay Lee straight ahead, and he has the first down all the way out to the 40-yard line. So first down for the Hound Dogs, as we were trying to catch some numbers down there.
I got corrected. That long pass earlier was incomplete for Jay Lee.
Yes. I remember the one you're talking about.
Another first down. Come on, Hounds.
4 minutes and about 18 seconds on the clock. Clock is running. Setting up is Savage behind the quarterback. And here's Jay Lee again, and he is going to have the first down.
Wow.
Still on his feet as he crosses the 30 and has the first down, gets down to about the 32-yard line. I'm sorry, the 27-yard line. And that's where the Hound Dogs will put it in play.
Yeah, I don't understand Cassville's defense. It looks like there's a lot of questions that they're before the snap. They're looking at the sideline, and Jay's catching them off guard and moving the ball here.
Yeah, they know pretty much what's coming. Here is motion, and straight ahead is Savage, I believe.
Good job by Savage.
As he takes it down
Ball moving
to about the 19-yard line. So that's going to bring up second and about 2. Second and 2. So the Wildcats on defense, they look a little bit kind of questioning on what's going on. Here is Jay Lee under center as he calls the play. Here is motion by Rollman. And Jay Lee on the left side is going to be stacked up.
Looked like there was some confusion there, Wayne, almost like a broken play.
Yeah, it really did. And because we had some of the offensive linemen blocking in and some of them were blocking out. So here we go. It's going to bring up third, and he did pick up about a yard, so it's going to bring up third and short.
Patterson just ran the play in.
So here we go. We're in 4-down territory. Ball on the 18-yard line under center. Here's Jay Lee as he hands it off, I believe, to Savage. And Savage is going to take it down close to the first down. He may have the first down. So let's see where they mark it. And it is a first down.
All right.
So,
first time the Hounds been in the red zone tonight. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Ball is on the 16-yard line. He needed 1. He got 2. So here we go as the Hound Dogs threatening here in the first period. 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock. And Jay Lee looks over the defense. Now he gets under center. And here is motion by Rollman. Here's straight ahead, Savage, and he is still on his feet. No,
he pitched it to Rollman.
And he did. He pitched it to Rollman. And I thought it was Savage. And
if Savage would have got the handoff, he probably would have been in the end zone.
Yes, he would have been, because he had 2 people hanging on his back. And I thought sure he had the ball, but not so. They're going to pick up about a yard.
Give him credit for 1.
So it's going to be second down and 9. Ball is on the 15-yard line. So they can get a first down. So split the right side. And
some confusion here with the Hounds.
We had to get the players set. Here is Jay Lee back. There is a pass, and it is overthrown. Ball was intended, I believe, in the right side for Sims, for Brody Sims. Little over his head. He couldn't reach it. It's going to bring up third and long. So third down, 1:18 on the clock. 7-0 here in this early going. Here we go to the line of scrimmage. Split the right side, slot of the left side. JD under center. Jay Lee back and looking. Now he throws.
Touchdown.
And is it a touchdown? And
Yes.
they're going to say,
Oh.
wait a minute.
I thought it was. I'm sorry, folks.
And
Rollman.
it is on about the,
Hounds are hurrying up here.
yeah, it's on. It's going to bring
It's
up,
on the 1.
it's a first down. The ball is on the 1 yard line. So it's first and goal from the 1 yard line. Here we go. Jay Lee under center. Here's the snap, and he takes it in, I believe.
Touchdown.
And he does. He gets it at the 58.4 second mark. And Jay Lee,
Hound Dog Touchdowns brought to you by Pettit Law Office.
well, let's see what we're going to do. They are
Sammy
going to kick
Salas.
it. So Salas is going to kick it. So here we go, waiting for the snap. He gets the snap, the ball down, the kick is up, and it is blocked. Oh, they give it to, I looked down.
Yeah, Roman was the holder, and it was a bad snap. Sammy tried to kick it, but Cole took it and tried to go around the outside, but there was no room for him to run there. And Hounds down 1 here, but a lot of fire in the Hounds tonight, Wayne.
No kidding. Extra point is no good. And so the score now is 7-6. So just like that, the Hound Dogs come back, and that is very important for the Hound Dogs to come back and to score on the next possession that they had, and they certainly did. They took the ball downfield and did what they really needed to do, and that's take control of this game. So they will be kicking off, and probably Salas will be doing that as we see the Hound Dogs just now coming out on the field.
Now what will the Hounds do here, Wayne?
Yeah.
We've seen Weldy go both sides of this.
You know, and Salas has done a pretty good job of kicking.
In the Cassville, the last game, Salas wasn't on the roster, so they haven't seen Sammy kick before.
There's a kick, and it's a line drive kick, and it's bouncing down to about the 20-yard line up the middle, and still on his feet, still waiting, and I think that may be White as he takes it all the way out to about the 46-yard line, maybe the 47. Let's see where they put it in play. So that's where the Hound Dogs, or I should say the Wildcats, will put it in play. It's on their own 47-yard line. 51.8 seconds left in this opening period. And how about a turnover? We haven't had a turnover yet. So let's see if we can get one here. It's a handoff straight up the middle. That looks like White. And he takes it across midfield down to the 45-yard line, maybe the 44-yard line. And so that'll bring up second down and about a yard.
I couldn't find my paper earlier, Wayne. That Hound Dog touchdown was brought to you by Pettit Law Office, 200 South Elliott in Aurora. Call 417-222-6640 for a free case evaluation.
Here we go as the pitch comes back to the running back, and he is across the 40 down to the 35 and push back, and they're going to spot him at about the 38-yard line, so that's going to be more than enough for a first down. More than enough for a first down. So here we go as the Wildcat offense on the field, and this is down to 2-1, and that's going to do it. Oh, they get the play off, and there's a pass over the middle, and it is caught.
DJ White.
I believe by DJ White it is, and down to the 20-yard line. That's where they're going to put it in play, but that's going to do it for the first half, or I should say the first quarter. So we'll be back right after this 1-minute timeout. number 2 here in Cassville, Missouri, as the Wildcats just took the kickoff, and they have marched down to about the 20-yard line of Aurora. So that's where they will put the ball in plays. It's a 1st and 10 for the Hound Dogs, or I should say for the Wildcats against the Hound Dogs. So Aurora, though, you really have to hand it to them when they really needed it. They went the 80 yards that they had to go for a score. Here's the snap and the handoff straight up the middle and all the way down to inside the 10, down to about the 8-yard line, it looks like. And that's going to be 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. 1st and goal for the Wildcats. And boy, they love to run the ball, don't they? And with
I mean, they got a lot of senior leadership. You know, the quarterback Devin Bates, DJ White,
right,
Bowen Preddy, kicker Drake.
Here is a handoff to Preddy, I believe, and into the end zone he goes.
Yeah.
And so, just like that, at the 11:26 mark, the Hound Dogs score again, and that was
Or Wildcats.
I should say the Wildcats score again at the 11:26 mark, and that was Pretty that took the ball in.
If the Hounds are going to win tonight, we can't win in a shootout. We got to have the ball control and stop them. But so far,
here's the kick, and it is good. So the kick is good. So Hound Dogs.
Well, let's see if they can come back and respond like they did last time.
Yeah.
You know, Hounds have definitely been moving the ball.
So it is 14-6. And let's see if we can move this ball down the field again. I tell you, that would be something if they could do that, because they answered the first time that Cassville scored. And now Aurora will receive the kickoff, and they will be going from right to left, will the Hound Dogs, as you look at your radio dial. 11:26.
Oh, Reese is only a junior, Wayne. The kicker is only a junior, so he won't be going kicking for somebody else next year.
He'll be kicking.
My bad.
He'll be kicking for Cassville.
He'll probably be missing Mr. White and Preddy in the game.
Probably so. And waiting for the kick, and as he approaches, and boom, he kicks it off, and it is going to go into the end zone again and out of the end zone.
That's
so
impressive.
It hit in about the middle of the end zone and just kept right on going as it bounced out. So that's where the Hound Dogs will put it in play on their own 20-yard line. And let's see if we can muster up something to answer the
I've been noticing the Wildcats defense have been able to, something the Hounds obviously haven't been able to do this year, is rotate their interior linemen.
Yes, they do, and they keep them fresh that way. Here comes Jay Lee to center, and we have motion by Sims, and Sims, I believe, gets the ball and still on his feet, and he is going to get out.
Nice pancake by Cordova.
He's going to get out to about the 25-yard line, going to pick up about 5 yards on the play.
There's some popping going on out there.
Oh, listen, they are serious. I believe the Hound Dogs came to play.
Most definitely, Wayne.
11, now under 11 minutes on the clock, as here they come to the line of scrimmage. And we split the right side, and that is Wittenborn. And here is the pitch coming back. Oh, boy. And on a late hit, and I'm surprised there's not a flag on the play. As
I'd be surprised if we see many flags on the Wildcats tonight, Wayne.
Yeah, that was Rollman that had the ball, and as he caught it, he looked up, and there was 2 black shirts right there. One took him to the ground, and the other one tackled him after he was on the ground. And like I say, I'm
look, it was close. I agree with you, partner.
So that'll bring up 3rd and 10. So let's see what we can get
That's
here,
what
guys.
we don't want.
Here we go. In motion by Sims. Looking. Is Jay Lee. Still looking. Now he's going to run it. He's going to tuck it and run. And he gets out across the 25 to about the 27-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th and about
I'd be
probably
surprised.
about
Yeah,
3.
we punting,
So,
Wayne.
yeah, we're going to punt. Going to have to because we're pretty deep in our own territory.
It's too early in the game.
Ball on the 27-yard line. So on our own 27, so that brings up Salas for the boot. Waiting for the snap, and almost over his head. There's the kick, and it's a high kick coming down. And it takes a
dead
Cassville bounce, and it bounced back to about the 48-yard line, and that's where the Wildcats will put it in play. So, not a very popular bounce if you're a Wildcat fan. So, here we go as the Wildcats will put it in play. Here comes the Wildcats to the line of scrimmage as the quarterback is Devin Bates. He is under center waiting. Backs are split in the backfield. And he is going to keep it. Now he is looking, and now he throws it, and there's a man open.
Hits him in the helmet.
Incomplete.
He lost his footing in his defense.
Yeah, he lost his footing, but it looked like he was going to go down to catch it, and his foot went straight out in front of him.
It might have been thrown a little behind him, but
Yeah, it was. It was a little behind him, but the ball could have been caught. But that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 49-yard line.
Hounds need to get some pressure on him here.
Well,
They
let's
can't
see.
get to him. Get your hands up.
We have
Watch out for White over here, one-on-one.
4 down lineman, and here's a handoff straight ahead, all the way out to about the 45-yard line of the.
That's a good hard hit by Dalton Klein there on the tackle.
So that's going to bring up 3rd, and let's see where they spot it. They spot it on about the 48-yard line. Now they move the chain up just a bit. 3rd, and we'll call it about 6. 3rd and 6. So here we go. Don't think they would want to be in 4-down territory, so the big play for the Aurora defense here is the quarterback Bates, and he is going to get the 1st down as he gets down across the 40-yard line down to about the 36-yard line, and that is a 1st down. Ooh.
Little extracurricular going on between Jay Lee and number 75 for the Wildcats there at the whistle.
Well, that.
With no flag.
Yeah, that one. They're going to bring this one back.
There is a
flag on the play, and it's against Cassville, and they're going to mark this thing off from the line of scrimmage, and they're going to put
holding
this down on the 41-yard line.
All right.
And that was in the backfield, so that really, really helps. It's going to repeat 3rd down, and let's see now if we can hold them. It's going to bring up
3rd and 19.
3rd and about 19.
It's hard to get help over here with White, but watch him, Wayne.
Yeah, here we go as the quarterback for Bates is back and looking, and long pass downfield, and it is almost caught. What a play, and I mean what a play by Preddy as he
heck of an effort.
One hand up, and the ball
he almost hauled it in, didn't he?
It was just off of his hand. He almost come up with a.
Wow, that would have been plays of the week.
You bet. So that will send the punter back.
Same guy that kicks off, Mr. Reese. Let's see how if he punts as good as he kicks off.
Drake Reese back to punt.
Cole Roman's back deep for the Hounds.
Boy, I'd love to see him break one.
Me too.
Here is the kick, and it's a high.
It's a boot.
A great boot, a Cassville bounce as a hit on about the 20, and it's going to roll inside the 15 and to about the 14 or so yard line. We'll see where they place it.
You know, that guy's a weapon for the Wildcats, Wayne.
Oh, man.
Starting on the 20 every drive, booting punts.
So they're going to put the ball on the 12, they say. That's all the way down to the 12. That's where it will end up. It's hard to see from our vantage point. We're only about 200 yards away. So, and here we go. Jay Lee under center. Here is the snap, and here's a handoff straight up the middle, and a big pile up. Not a whole lot of running room, but he does get some positive yards on the play. Get him about 1 yard on the play. It's better than losing a yard. So the ball is out to the 13-yard
Cassville's
line.
rotating 3 or 4 guys in every other play at times, Wayne.
Yeah, they have, good grief, they have, probably 60 to 65 or so players
They got a bunch.
on their roster.
We'll get a total here in a minute.
So here's the snap, and here is the quarterback.
Jay Lee, keeper.
Jay Lee on the key. And
Another
we have
flag.
A flag on the play, and it could be holding.
I just saw Wildcat put both of his hands on his helmet. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was against the Hounds.
Yeah, it was holding. So holding on the Aurora Hound Dogs, and that will cost them 10 yards.
They have 61 men on their roster, Wayne.
61. Good grief. Well, 61 compared to around 20 or so.
That's rough.
It is rough. You got it. But, as we had mentioned, maybe next year we'll see several players out for the Hound Dogs. That would really be nice.
Got some young talent coming back. We'll miss the seniors that are on the team, but you bet.
You bet.
These younger players are getting some action this year.
2nd and 15. The ball is on the 8-yard line, so the holding took place a few yards ahead. Here is Jay Lee back, and he is looking. Now he is still looking. There's a long pass downfield, and it is incomplete. And we had 2 players going for the ball, and
Rollman's slow to get up.
Rollman is very slow to get up.
I thought there was a little contact. Was there not contact made?
Well,
No?
it could be, but it looked like both players were trying to go for the ball, and when you can't interfere with the defensive player if he's trying to make the catch. So it's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and about 15. So we don't want to punt from our own end zone, guys. Let's see what the call is
Got to
here.
get some room.
So here is motion. Here is Jay Lee, and he is looking, still looking. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he is going to get some positive yards. He's going to get maybe 2 or 3 yards on the play, but, well, let's see where they say he went out of bounds. He went out of bounds at about the line of scrimmage, they're going to say. So it's going to bring up 4th down. And
Sammy's not going to have much room back here, backed up against the end zone. Need to have a clean snap.
well, let's see what we can do here. And
Cassville's got 2 guys back, Wayne, and one of them is DJ White.
yeah,
Look for some misdirection if they do get a return.
here is the snap, the kick, and it is a short kick coming out to, it takes a good bounce to about the 40-yard line, and that's where Cassville will put it in play. So they get the ball on the Aurora Hound Dog 40-yard line. Well, you couldn't ask for a better kick than if you're a Cassville fan, because that ball was high and it didn't travel very far, but it stayed up in the air for a while. Here we go to the line of scrimmage, and here is the quarterback Bates. He is going to keep it, or here's the pile up, and it's down across the 30-yard line, as they're going to get about 15, close to 15 yards on the play.
Cameron Savage made contact in the backfield, but didn't wrap up.
Goodness gracious.
Another first down for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I thought they had him in the backfield, and I looked up, and he was still on his feet, and I thought, holy cow. So here we go, 5:40 on the clock. The ball is on the 28-yard line. So the Wildcats with 3 men in the backfield, and they get some good blocking. And here goes, I
White.
believe that is DJ White. He is going to have another first down, it looks like, as he gets down inside the 20-yard line, down close to the 15. Let's see is there a flag on the play? We have some officials
they're
talking
talking.
it over. Holding on Cassville. So that will help. And it depends on where the holding took place. And they're going to march this thing off. And it's going to march him back to, well, let's see where they put it in play. Holding on Cassville. It's going to bring up first down again. That's going to bring up first and about 20, it looks like. Ball's on the 38-yard line. So here we go. First and 10 from the 37-yard line. First and 20, I should say.
He's looking
Here's
White's
the
way.
pass, and it is caught by White, and he breaks one tackle, still on his feet, and gets out of bounds, gets inside the 40-yard line. So
That's really not fair for Wittenborn out there one-on-one with DJ White. He can make a move. He's gone.
yeah, you're not.
He's one of the better athletes in Southwest Missouri.
And it is. You're not a kid, and he is. So here we go. Second down and 9. The ball is on the 27-yard line.
Mason Patterson's going to get a chance to guard White now.
Yeah, Patterson and White knows it's
Oh.
a run, so he just kind of lopes downfield and down to about the 20-yard line. Bring up third and about 2, we'll say. Third and 2, the ball on the 20-yard line. My goodness.
Housing stop here. Third
Let's-
and short.
Let's see if we can. Under center is Bates, the quarterback, as he checks the defense, waiting for the snap. Now he gets it, and the ball is lateraled, and it goes.
Big loss for the Wildcats there.
It goes out of bounds.
But with that kicker, let's see what they decide to do here, Wayne.
Well, it was intended for Ferris, and let's see what they want to do.
Be about a 40. Yeah, here he comes.
Yeah, he's
Be
going
about
to
a 42-yarder.
Well, he's very capable. Let's see if they go for the field goal.
He's out there, number 13. No,
No,
they're not kicking it.
gonna go for
Fourth
it.
and 7.
4th and 7. Come on, defense. Let's see if we can hold him. 4th down. Here we go. Here's the quarterback back looking.
Throwing it to White all the way.
And he's got it and has the first down. Looking at White all the way. White went straight down the field for about 5 yards and then cut it up inside. And he was open. Here is.
Yeah, that was a hard one there. Fourth, Hounds had them where they wanted them, but
Yeah,
Wildcats,
Sure 3 minutes and
another first down.
50 seconds on the clock. Here is the quarterback, Bates, under center, and he gets it, hands
Pretty.
it off straight ahead.
Touchdown.
Does he get in? Touchdown. So touchdown
That's the second one for Mr. Preddy today, from
at the
about 10 yards out.
3:44 mark. So Pretty takes it in from about 8 yards out. Now let's see. They're going to try the kick. See if they can handle it this time. Waiting for the snap is the holder, and that's the quarterback. And it's a bad snap, and he is going to try to run it. And now he is going to be hit and dropped at about the 10-yard line. So the kick on the bad snap was no good. So the score is 20-6 in favor of Cassville with 3:44. Well, let's see if we can't.
Yeah, some early district scores, Wayne. Class 3 District 6, Rogersville's beating Catholic 6-0 in the second quarter.
Wow.
Mount Vernon, Nevada 0-0 in the second quarter. Monette's leading Hollister 21-7, and Reed Spring and Seneca's knotted up 7 apiece in the second quarter. Some good games going on there.
Yes, indeed. Well, let's see if we can't.
Lamar's leading California 14-0 in the second quarter.
'Cause
Hounds got to respond here.
Yeah, yes.
They've
Yes,
had
they do.
they've had some pep in their step and moved the ball, but Cassville's just got too many big players and big plays.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So, here we go as the kicker is Drake Reese, and he puts, keeps it on the ground, and it is taken by one of the up men. He's
Mason
around the
Patterson.
right side. Patterson has it, and he is going to get out to about, I believe he crossed the 20-yard line, and he is going to get out to about the 23 or 4. Let's see where they set it up. I believe it's on the 23-yard line. It is. So first down for the Hound Dogs.
There's 3:37 left in the second quarter. Each team has 3 timeouts. See what the Hounds do here coming out of the huddle.
Here we go to the line of scrimmage as the quarterback, Jay Lee, sits
Maybe not.
back in the backfield. And will he get the pitch? And no, he's going to keep it. And
Oh, he got hit.
yeah, he got hit. And
He kind of twisted around and hit the second time.
he's going to lose a yard on the play. It's going to bring up second and about 12. Lost a couple on the play. So second and we'll call it 12. Ball on the 21-yard line. Here we go to the line of scrimmage. Jay Lee under center. In motion is Sims. Here's a pass, and it is caught out to
Like Jordan? First down.
I believe it is. And that,
Good catch.
That is Jordan, and he takes it in for a first down. Need some more of those guys. Need some more of it.
That would be big confidence builder for the Hounds if they could push this in before half and be only down 1 score.
You're not a kidding, it would be. Here we go as Jay Lee brings them to the line of scrimmage. Split the left side, and that is, I believe that's Patterson as he splits the left side. Here's Jay Lee, and he tucks it up, and he's going to bring it out to about the 40-yard line. He's going to pick up maybe 5 or 6 on the play. Bring up second and about, we'll call it a long 4, a short 5. So Jay Lee called his own number that time and picked up positive yards. 2 minutes and right at 2 minutes, and now we are
in a little bit of hurry.
Yeah, we're under 2 minutes to go in this second quarter. Jay Lee in the shotgun throws and has a man open, and it is caught
Anderson,
at the
another first down.
50-yard line. So that's where they will put it in play. So the clock stops until they can move the chains. So here we go. The 1:47 on the clock.
That's already the 9th first down for the Hounds this half, Wayne.
Good night. That's great. Here we go to the line of scrimmage.
Need a couple more.
And the clock is not running, so evidently he got out of bounds. Here's Jay Lee in the shotgun, waiting. Now he runs up and
10 on the play
changes
clock.
And he's got plenty of time, waiting for the snap. He gets it. It's a low snap. Now he's going to run, and he gets across the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, and gets out to about the Cassville 45-yard line.
Might use a timeout here. No.
So they put the ball right on the 45-yard line. And come on, guys, we need to hurry. It's 1:26, 1:25. Clock on the move.
He might try to throw another out here if he's not going to use a timeout because they've burned about 20 seconds since the snap.
To the line of scrimmage, and here comes Patterson to the left along with Sims. And waiting for the snap is Jay Lee in the shotgun, and a bad
Another
snap
low
again.
snap.
Here's the pass.
Roman.
For Roman.
Got some room.
And he got
Flag.
it, and he crosses the 30 down to about
Ooh.
the 27
Ah,
yard line
I think they caught Mason Patterson.
for holding.
I believe so, Wayne. I hope I'm wrong, but
Yeah, there's a flag on the play, and there you are talking.
Mason looks guilty walking back to the huddle.
So holding, holding on Aurora.
Well, that'll stop the clock, but that's not what we wanted.
Now 1 minute exactly remaining. So they'll march this off and bring it all the way back out to about the 45-yard line.
You know, before that last snap, when we were going to the line of scrimmage, it was around 2 minutes. Now there's a minute. And we still got 3 timeouts. You can't take them in your back pocket. I guess you can, but.
They're going to put the ball down
Darn
on the 46-yard line. Good grief. All right, here we go.
2nd and 6.
Jay Lee back in the shotgun, waiting for the snap, waiting, and he gets it. It's a low snap, but boy, he is rushed, and he throws it just to get rid of it. And they had a blitz on that time, and they sent 2 or 3 of the linebackers along with the down lineman, and J.D. had very little, if any, time.
No, it was hot potato. He had to get rid of that thing or it would have been a big loss.
So here we go. 56 seconds left on the clock. And Jay Lee now looking at 3rd and about 5.
If they get this first down, I better use a timeout, Wayne.
Yeah, let's see what they do.
See what happens here.
Patterson left along with Sims, and now he still has about 4 seconds on the clock. Here is the snap, and the pass over the middle, and it's incomplete.
A little too high for Brody, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was intended for Sims, and it was just out of his reach. So Sims walking back rather dejected as the ball was just overthrown.
52.1 seconds left in the half.
And it's 4th down. 4th down, and a timeout now called by the Aurora Hound Dogs. So with 4th down, and let's see what they want to do. We're going to keep it right here for right now. And 4th down, and still about 5 to go.
You know, there's still a little time left this season, folks. Watch at www.aurorawebtv.com. Listen on your radio at KSWM AM 940 and streaming audio at www.radiotalon.com. Click on streaming button and scroll down to the KSWM button, and you will find me and my partner Wayne with Jess tonight.
You betcha, and we thank Jess for coming in and manning the camera again this evening. He's done that a couple of 2 or 3 times.
Fellow alumni, another Hound Dogs. We like keeping it in the family.
You bet. And 52.1 seconds on the clock. Both teams ready for this break as they are gathered around their respective coach.
And Wayne, I don't think you're aware, Jess played football for Aurora, so there's 3 Hall of Famers.
All right.
Tonight.
So 2 Hound Dog Hall of Famers here.
Yeah, man.
All right, 52.1 seconds.
Come on,
here
Hounds.
we go. One play is all we need. One play. Here is the pass out, and it's intercepted, and down goes the DJ White, and he is going to be hit and knocked out of bounds, and a flag on the play. So this may be targeting.
Jordan fell on the completion try there. He's come up limping. There's a lot of Hounds limping tonight, Wayne. It's been a long season. And a lot of these guys don't get to take many snaps off. And we ain't said enough about our line playing both ways. It's just, it's tough in the trenches. We see Cassville rotate out, and right there, Jordan slipped. Jay had a receiver that he wanted, but now we got to try to stop them and see when they're going to stop.
Well, they're going to. I think this is a 15-yard penalty, and I just can't imagine they're calling targeting because he hit him high and knocked him out of bounds. And let's see what they call. And I did not see the official give a signal, so don't know. But here comes.
It was a personal foul against the Hounds.
Yeah, so a personal foul. We don't know what it was, but here we go as quarterback Bates receives the ball, the snap, looking and throws it out intended for Pretty. He has it.
His 3rd touchdown of the night.
Broke 2 tackles and took it into the end zone at the 34.9. Boy, that hurts. 34.9 second mark, and Pretty again gets his
The hat
third
trick.
touchdown. And
He had 2 or 3 against us the first game of the season, I remember.
yeah, took it in from about the 14-yard line out.
Folks, at halftime, giving away prize. Listen up here. We'll tell you shortly.
Here's the kick. It's snapped. The kick is down, and it is good.
He don't miss, does he?
And he does not. So that is 27 to 6.
You know, the Hounds have showed some promise, moved the ball, but turnovers, man. I mean, we haven't won the turnover battle much this year, but so many times you've heard it. Whoever wins the turnover battle wins the game. Well, I mean, if it wasn't for the turnovers, this might just be a one-score game, Wayne.
You're not kidding. And the fact that there's 2 turnovers by the Hound Dogs, and both of them turned into scores. So here we go as the ball is going to be kicked from the kicking team, and I'm thinking he may no, he's going to tee it up. I thought he might lay it flat on the tee. So
He's had a lot of action first half between kickoffs and extra points.
he's kicked it off 6 times. So here we go as he is approaching the ball and boots it, and it's a high end-over-end kick coming down about halfway in the end zone, and that's where they'll bring it out. Will be the Hound Dogs. They'll bring it out to their own 20-yard line. Have an idea that we may see a couple of running plays here.
Hounds have 10 first downs in the first half, and Reese has 6 kickoffs in the first half.
Yeah, and yeah, he has.
That hurts.
He's had 5 kickoffs after touchdowns and 1 to start the game. Well, here we go. Let's see if we can't get something going here. And here is the quarterback as he is going to try to turn the corner and going to pick up a couple of yards on the play, 2 or 3 yards. And I thought maybe
I guess he's had 5
Cassville
kickoffs.
might call a timeout, but they're going to let the clock run. And that should do it.
I think that'll do it.
Yeah, I think that's going to do it. We're down to
We need to regroup.
10 seconds on the clock, and, well, they're...
The old fumble risky here.
Yeah, I don't think
Pretend you're going to take a knee and
let's
chuck
see.
it.
Well, they do snap it, and here is Savage, I believe, and he is going to be stacked
who
up.
was it? Wasn't
No,
Savage.
It wasn't Savage, and maybe it was
Sims?
Sims.
Yeah, it was Brody.
Yep.
That'll do
So
it.
that'll do it. So the score here at the half, 27 to 6, as the Aurora Hound Dogs really proved to be their worst enemies here tonight as they turn it over a couple of times and have some penalties called at just at the wrong time. So the score here at the half, 27 to 6, in favor of the Wildcats. We'll take a break and we'll come back right after this. the half, the score 27-6 in favor of the host Cassville Wildcats. The Aurora Hound Dogs, really, they're still in this ball game, and we still have a half to play. This rest, I think, will do the Hound Dogs a lot of good, this halftime break. And as we prepare for some halftime entertainment, want to remind you that get your dialing fingers ready, and my partner has something that he wants to give away.
Nothing like Sonic. First caller to call the station, and with these two teams, with their season on the line is the phrase that pays. Give away 4 Sonic Cheeseburger certificates. Call this number, 489-2277. The phrase that pays, season on the line. And we'll let you know who wins here in a minute.
All right, so we'll see who has those magic fingers and can dial and get
Got
on.
some halftime scores. Rogersville's leading Catholic 6-0 at half. Mount Vernon 14, Nevada 0, still in the second quarter. Monette 28, Hollister 14, Reed Springs 7, Seneca 7. Lamar 14, California 0. And Miller's leading Marionville 14-6 at the half.
Good scores so far, and here we have a 27-6 score. And I think, if I recall, I believe the first time these two teams met, and I'm going on memory, and it gets me in trouble about half the time, but I believe the score was like 34-6 at the half.
Yeah, it was real close to that because we held them at bay in the second half, I remember.
You bet. Well, whether it's balls or strikes, fouls or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. So keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we can teach our students. This message was brought to you by your friends at Talent Sports Network and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
Tonight's broadcast on Hound Dog football here on the Talent Sports Network is brought to you in part by Lawrence County Prevention Team, Wayne. I want to remind you of that, too.
Sure. Absolutely. We thank all of our sponsors as they make this possible for us, and we really appreciate it because my partner and I, we sure enjoy this. We bleed Hound Dog Red just like everybody else. And
well, the way the schedule worked so far this year, we've been on the road 6 times and only got 4 home games, but that's give us time to get a couple drives in and visit and banter a little bit about our past playing careers and
you bet.
Current Hound talk and all.
Yeah, now, what's going on tomorrow at 8 o'clock? I forgot.
The Saturday morning shoot-around is on tomorrow morning with me, Outlaw Jr.
You bet.
I couldn't hear him for a second. But, yeah, that's on AM 940, and I'd like for everybody to tune in, and I think we might have a winner. Let's see, Wayne. Not yet.
Not yet, huh? And the phrase that pays is what?
Season on the line.
Season on
Somebody's
the line.
going on and somebody's going home after this game tonight.
You got it. So and we'll try to keep you abreast of what's going on around the Big 8 Conference as my partner can dial up these numbers on his phone, and he can dial them up, and hopefully we can have some halftime scores to at least try to keep you up to date.
Yeah, so far the district's kind of looking the way the seeds are. Mount Vernon's winning. Seneca's in a tight one right now, but
Right.
Monette's handling Hollister. So the Reed Springs Seneca game, we talked about that last week. That is kind of an intriguing matchup where, both teams like to run the ball, and we haven't got to see Seneca this year, but they played Mount Vernon tough. I think they only lost by maybe a touchdown, I think.
Right.
So that's going to be a tough game for whoever. I'd say Mount Vernon. If Mount Vernon lost to Nevada tonight, I would be shocked. But especially being at home, and
Yeah.
they might not be shooting fireworks and doing the fire truck as much as we saw that night. But look for the Mounties to move on tonight in district play.
Oh, I have an idea that they may very well do this. And when you take on a team that hasn't won a game all year, the Nevada Ball Club, and
They've had a rough go at it, haven't they?
yes, yes, they have. And they not only had a rough go of it, they've had a rough go of it.
Yeah, 0-9, and we still have to wait. I know Coach Weldy said earlier in the year that Cassville falls off the schedule next year, but I don't know who we're going to add. Obviously we didn't play Seneca, we didn't play Nevada, we didn't play
Right.
Mack County, but I don't know. I haven't seen that on paper who we dropped and who we are going to play again. So I'm not for sure on that.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting to see who we are going to pick up, and so we might see Nevada next year. Don't know.
Well,
I'd like to.
oh, absolutely. But what's interesting is you have the top 4 seeds in this district, and we know that if you're in the top 4, you're probably going to win. However, when you look at some of the seeds and some of the way that some of these games have gone, and especially when you look at Monette and the way they lost,
Right.
I mean, an extra point, you go for 2.
Yeah,
and-
that was
and
first season of the ball game for the Mountaineers and Monette. And we got
Yes.
to listen to the end of that on our way home from Cassville. But you never know. It's kind of like our other passion, me and you. Look at what happened in baseball the other night.
Oh yeah.
You play 162 games to get home field advantage, and then neither team could win a home game. So
Yeah.
I mean, you never know.
it-
You like home cooking and home atmosphere, but it doesn't always work out.
Well, unless you're the Cardinals, and then you can lose 4 in a row too.
I don't even want to hear about the Cardinals.
Oh my goodness. Oh well.
Or you could have been the Braves and give up 10 in the first inning, Wayne.
Yeah. So, well, we still have a few minutes before this second half gets underway. So let's take a break, and we'll be back right after this. we
Oh,
announced
wow.
the Ava High School, and at that time they were the Golden Bears.
Wow.
Yeah, that tells you how far back I go.
Yeah, well, I was born in 75, so
And there you
congratulations
go.
about that.
So, and
Wow.
and I think the coach back then was Truman King, and
Wow.
I knew him from softball days when I was playing softball in Springfield. But from
For the
there,
bank.
for yes,
I remember you telling
when,
me you played
yep,
for a bank.
we played for softball for Empire Bank,
Okay.
and that was back when we got done playing a little baseball. So, but at any rate, the fact that we had done some Monette games and Cassville games, and it has been really exciting. I love this. I love high school sports because, as I heard a couple of announcers say, that you want to see true sports, then go out and see a high school. Go see the football games. Go see basketball. Watch them play baseball and softball because that is the true sports in this country. Because these kids go out there, and most of them go out, and they probably will not be doing anything after high school as far as sports is concerned. And a lot of them don't, but some of them do go on and play.
Right. Small percentage.
You
Uh,
got it.
for these teams tonight, if the Hounds do end up on the short end of the stick, there's going to be 3 or 4 of them that, definitely won't put a Hounds jersey on again in football, but, who's to say who's going to go on and who's not. But you remember these memories for life, man. I mean, you never forget Friday
Oh,
Night Lights.
absolutely. Remember the trips, the long bus trips that we used to take in high school, um, and even when I was playing pro ball, the long trips we used to take, on the
Oh,
bus
yeah.
rides and
I
all of
bet.
that. So, well, I want to remind everyone that tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning and learning life's values. We at the Talent Sports Network and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri. And
That's
that
awesome.
is for sure. Well, we still have about 3 minutes or so left, and we see both teams back out on the field. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back right after this. Here's the kick, and it is an onside kick. And did it go to? Whoops! They said no. officials wasn't quite set, so we're going to try this all over again. So that shoots that down, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That will not be a surprise as far as the onside kick is concerned. 27-6 the score as we start the third period. Aurora kicking off and ready to receive this back on the 20-yard line for the Wildcats. Here is Salas again. He is going to attempt this kick and approaches, and he kicks it, and it's a line drive or short on the ground, and it is coming to the right side and breaking a tackle to the 50, to the 45, to the 40, to the 35-30, and still on his feet down inside around the 20-yard line.
You got to give Salas some credit, man. He just joined the team a month or so ago, but he was in pursuit and at least kept it where the Hounds could catch up to him, where Wildcats are going to start on the 20-yard line. But
well, that's where they'll put it in play, and that was, I believe that was Trey Wilson that carried the ball all the way down. So here we go. Here is Bates, the quarterback, and he will be under center as he waits for the snap. He gets it, and he hands it off straight ahead and moving the line all the way down to about the 10-yard line.
Nice tackle by Shaw. Hit off number 21 Ferris with a 4-yard gain.
So second down and about 6. The ball is on the 11-yard line. That's where his knee hit. And into the game for Cassville is, I believe that is Jacob Oberitz. Here we go. There's the snap. Here's the handoff straight ahead, and boy, he takes
nice.
a leap over, gets down inside the 10.
Shaw and Jordan combined on that tackle to keep Preddy out of the end zone. For a minute, I thought he was going to go over the top.
I thought he was too. So he did a huge leap.
He did.
And he gets down.
He's a bell cow, isn't he, though?
Oh, he is.
He just moves the pile forward.
Gets down to the 8-yard line. It's going to bring up third, and let's see if we can stop him here. Third and about 3, we'll call it. Here is Bates, the quarterback, under center. Gets the snap. Hands it off straight ahead to Pretty, and he's not going to get a lot. He does not get the first down. And that's going to bring up 4th, and we'll call it 2.
That was a good job by Dalton Klein being in the backfield there to keep it at a short gain, 4th and 3 from the 8-yard line.
So they put the ball at the 8, so not much room here as it'll bring up 4th, and we'll call it a short 3, a long 2. Here we go to the line of scrimmage. Here comes Bates, the quarterback. He is under center, gets the snap, turns and hands it straight ahead, and bouncing off of the tacklers, and he's going to have the first down as he gets down. I believe he's going to have it as he gets down inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line.
You can't finger tackle, man. You got to wrap them up. Technique, little things, man.
So that's going to bring up 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. 9 minutes and 46 seconds on the clock.
Not for sure, but equipment. Shaw was tying his shoe.
So here we go. 9:46 on the clock. Waiting for the snap is the quarterback Bates, and he is going to keep it himself and take it into the end zone. So Bates takes it in from about 2 yards out, or actually we'll call it a 3-yard run by Bates at the 9:39 mark. A 3-yard run, and they will try the kick. So Bates takes it in. Here's the kick, waiting for the snap. Here it is, a low snap, and the kick is good.
He almost hit the scoreboard with that, Wayne. I'm not kidding. They have a nice, pretty digital scoreboard here. Well, Reese about kicked it. I bet you he has a time or two. What do you bet?
Well, probably has, I would say. And he just about did then, you're right. So on a 3-yard run, Bates takes it in, and the Wildcats lead it by a score of 34-6. 9:39 on the clock.
For those of you that are joining us late, it was 7-6 at one point.
Yes, it was.
Early in the first half.
Well, that's how the first quarter ended.
Yeah.
And then the second quarter, it didn't take them long. At the 11:26 mark, they scored again, and I say they, the Wildcats. But let's see if we can put something together here. It would be nice if we could. 34-6, 9:39 remaining.
Playing some old school music, Wayne.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it goes back in our era. Here is the approach, and the boot, and boy, is that thing going to go out of the end zone? Way back.
Man,
Back to the end of the end zone.
that's a weapon.
Well, when you don't allow,
When you can pin the team back, knowing they ain't going to get a return, and then also he, like I said, he kicks field goals. Ask Lamar last year.
oh yeah, well when you have the likes of a Rollman that is waiting for the kick, and on every single one of them, he has not had an opportunity to run him back. So let's see if we can't get him loose here. Here we go to the line of scrimmage. Here's Jay Lee as he approaches the line of scrimmage, looks over the Cassville defense. Now he gets the snap.
Ball.
The ball is loose.
And
And a fumble, and the Cassville Wildcats take over. Well, that really hurts. That really hurts. So another fumble, and that is the third turnover.
man,
So turnovers will cost you a lot. And here we go as
defense
Cassville.
backed up again.
They have it on the Wildcat, or they on the Aurora 22-yard line. 1st and 10. Here is Bates, the quarterback, and he pitches it back to Pretty, or White, I guess. No, it is Pretty. And Pretty is going to go down inside the 20.
Jericho Ferris,
So,
number 21.
so that was Ferris, wasn't it? All right. So Mr. Ferris has an opportunity to run with the football. I have an idea that we may see a lot of this going on.
Wayne, we're getting in the danger zone here. If the Wildcats score again, that infamous turbo clock might kick in here.
Oh, yeah. Well, here we go to the line of scrimmage. Bates, quarterback, with two backs in the backfield, hands straight ahead, and straight ahead again. And that is the same number. That's Mr. Ferris as he takes it down.
Another first down for the
And
Wildcats.
he gets the first down. You're right. Here we go to the left side, splitting the left side, and that is going to be Brett Cooper out to the left side. And White, now here's the quarterback, and he takes it. Did he get in?
Nope.
Nope. He's going to get down to about the 3 or 4 yard line.
They could still get a first down, I think, around the 1 or 2, Wayne.
So, and the clock is running at the 8:25 mark, and lots of time on the play clock.
See the Hounds, look how many of them's got their hands on their hips.
Yeah.
Tired, winded, Wayne.
Yep. And we saw this happen last week and the week before that. These guys go both ways, and it is really rough.
It is.
Here we go as Bates, the quarterback, hands it off to
Ooh,
Ferris, and
nice
he goes
hit.
straight ahead. And
No.
I mean, he ran in to some
A wall
white
of
shirts.
Hounds, didn't he?
I mean, you're right. And I believe that was Jung.
Yeah,
One of the-
I think it was 73.
Yeah, one of the
Dwight
tackles.
Young, man.
He
Little 5'7", he's a little short out there next to Cordova.
Yeah.
6'5". Good tackle. 3rd and 1 from the 2.
So here we go. 3rd and 1. Let's see what they do. Quarterback Bates under center. Same play, same results. They pile it. Oh,
Ferris touchdown.
Ferris takes it in. I thought they kept him short, but he takes it on in.
Well, Preddy was hogging all the touchdowns from earlier, so they spread it around and gave it to Ferris this time.
At the 7:30 mark. And Ferris.
If Reese makes this, then the turbo clock, mercy clock,
Yeah.
whatever clock you want to call it.
Yeah, it will kick in. So here we go, waiting for the snap. They get it. There's the kick. And he
I'd like to know how many he's missed this year.
almost kicked it to the scoreboard.
I think he's trying to put a dent in it, Wayne.
Yeah. So the score now 41-6.
You know, first game of the year was 42-0.
Yeah.
Wildcats. Hounds have punched it in once early in the first quarter, but man, 7.5 minutes to go in the third, 35-point deficit.
Well,
Don't really know what the script or what you could say to these guys right now, man. They're tired. It's been a long season, but you just got to leave it out there, man. We've seen it. They ain't quit all year. They were popping with 2 minutes to go. The Hollister was even asking our line, why are you guys still? That's the way we play. So, I mean, I've been proud of these guys all year just to see what they've gone through with the lack of numbers and depth. But this is a test right now.
Yeah, and you can see some of them on the sideline with their hands on their hips.
And somebody told me earlier a couple of hounds had the flu a couple days ago, and then I think Connor Shaw just came back to school today, maybe. So this also doesn't help things.
Well, here is the approach and the boot. Oh, it's going to be a short kick. It's going to be returned, I believe, by Rollman as he gets across the 15 to the 20 to the 25 out to the 30-yard line. And
nice return.
So he'll
Preddy on the tackle.
See where they mark him down. So he got right around the 30-yard line. I'm not sure he got quite to it. But
this will probably see Wildcats start subbing in a little bit if they are going to move on next week's district semifinal, Wayne.
Yeah.
You don't want to get somebody hurt if you're up 35, but we'll just see what their coaches decide.
Well, here we go to the line of scrimmage, and Jay Lee, the senior quarterback, playing looks like his last game. Here is the snap, and I think he kept it.
He did.
And got about 2 or 3 yards on the play, I believe. Well, they're going to say he got about 3 yards. And, well, they mark it down at the 34-yard line. So let's give him 4 yards. Here we go to the line of scrimmage.
He's still got Preddy and DJ White out there, so
yes.
What do I know?
So here we go as they have 4 receivers out. Oh, we're going to bring that one back. I think we had some illegal procedure, had some motion. And that is on their Aurora Hound Dog. So if you put a man in motion, you can't have someone jumping the count. So that'll cost them 5. Bring up second, and we'll call it about 11 on the 29-yard line. Come on, guys. Let's see if we can't matriculate this ball down the field. 5 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. Split the receivers left and right. 2 backs in the backfield. Here's Jay Lee. He's back. He is looking. Now he's going to run it as he gets back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a yard or so beyond that. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Oh, big old number 74, Garrett Gritz, sophomore, 6'2", 290, rode Jay Lee down on that tackle.
That he did. That he did. Well, 4 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock as it continues to run. And the score 41-6. Here we go to the line of scrimmage. Jay Lee under center, waiting for the snap. He gets it, looking as he is going to throw. Now he is under siege and breaks a tackle, gets away, and the pass is intercepted. And back to about I guess the 25-yard line or so. That's where it's going to be.
Number 14, Cade Hayward, the senior, 5'8", 140-pound free safety with that interception. And once again, we've seen it a lot this year, Wayne, where Jay's trying to do
Force
too
a
much, maybe make a play, and
Yeah.
he forced that in there. He threw off his back leg against his body, but tough pass there. But
Well, Bates is still the quarterback. A little surprised.
yeah, DJ White's still splitting out right.
He is way out to the right side. Let's see. He's one-on-one. And here's
Brady's
a
looking for his
handoff,
fourth touchdown.
And there goes
Pretty.
into the end zone from about
22 yards.
Yeah,
on
about
that.
22 yards out. So at the 3:38 mark, and
That's Brady's fourth of the night. I'd be surprised if he doesn't get all Big 8 accolades this year, Wayne.
oh yeah, I'm sure he will. He got it last year, and probably the year before that. And waiting on the kick.
Reese might have to ice his foot down after the game, Wayne.
Yeah, no kidding. Waiting for, oops, and what do we have? We have a timeout.
Delay game.
Oh,
Cassville.
delay. Well, that one.
I don't think that won't bother Reese none. He might
Yeah.
really try to.
That'll cost him 5 yards, so it moves the ball back.
That may cost him another dent on the scoreboard after this.
Moves the ball back to the 10-yard line is what it does. So let's see what happens here. Waiting for the snap, and they get it. The ball is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So the score now is 48-6.
We got some other scores here. Mount Vernon's starting to run away against Nevada, 26-0. Monette 28, Hollister 14. Reed Spring and Seneca still tied up at 7. Lamar 14, California 0. Rogersville still leading Catholic 6-0. Marinville and Miller's tied 14-14 in the third.
That Lamar game is against California. Is that a halftime score?
Yeah, and it's kind of weird even seeing California in that bracket because
Right.
that was the team that the Hounds beat for the state title in 1999, the California Pintos. But apparently that was for the 3A state title back in 99. But apparently California's school enrollment shrunk.
Evidently.
I don't remember them ever being 2A before, so that's a new one for us to see them on the 2A bracket.
Well, here we go. Here is the kicker approaching, and he boots it a line drive again.
Oh, Jay
It's
Lee.
going to be taken by Jay
Got
Lee
it.
at one of the up backs.
He's still
Boy, he lowered his
still
head.
putting his
and
head down.
He ran over one of the would-be tacklers.
Yeah, who
He
was that
hit
number 22, Ethan Fuchs.
Yeah, he hit
He
him
just
at
got
the
run
20.
over.
He hit him at the 22 and moved him back to about the 23 or 4-yard line.
Yeah,
My goodness.
that was a sophomore that just met a senior.
So here we go as the Aurora Hound Dogs at the 3-minute and 5-second mark here in this third period. Here's the snap. Is Jay Lee. Oh, took a page out of Pretty's book and
Did a little leapfrog there.
got out across the 40-yard line.
Somebody's down for the Hounds.
Uh-oh.
22, it looks like Brody Sims.
Yeah, I think it is. Sims
Yeah.
is down.
He's been dinged up. I think he's had some foot problems this year, Wayne.
Yeah,
I remember a couple times he's been lame on the sideline, and Coach
Oh.
Weldy and all the coaches are coming out.
they're looking at his right. Look, it may be knee or ankle. I can't tell from here, but we'll see. Now he's getting up. We'll see how he leaves the field. And
We need to give a shout out to Brendan Hall. Apparently late in the game last week, he broke his collarbone and
Yes.
is out for the remainder of the season, Wayne. So all of our Hounds that have been hurt of injury, we hope and pray that all of you guys have a safe and quick recovery.
You bet. Well, you know, when we look at that, here's Brody Sims, and he is walking to the sidelines and probably will not return. And he is one that we count on every week, especially on defense. So here we go, is Jay Lee under center, and he options down the right side, and he has the first down as he
Oh.
gets across midfield at let's see where they spot it. They'll spot it probably right on the 50. And, oh, now Jay Lee gets up hobbling. And he is going to have to leave the game. So that means
Oh,
that
man.
Patterson will come in at quarterback.
He, last week or 2 weeks ago, he hurt his shoulder. He didn't get cleared till like Wednesday, but Jay, he's got a motor. Those goes one way.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And here we go. And the play clock is down to 10, so they better hurry to get this
Mason.
off. Down to 6.
I don't think they
down
know.
To 3.
Yeah,
and
that's a
they're
delay game is what
Yeah,
that's called.
Yeah, that's it. And actually, they're just
Actually,
flag. Now they finally throw the flag.
well, I was wondering since the turbo clock was running if they were going to give us a pass, a mulligan.
And I guess that's what they were going to do. It's going to back them up 5 yards.
I mean, in Patterson's defense, sophomore coming on quickly off the sideline there, I don't think he was aware of the play clock.
No, I agree with you. He was not. So here we go. Patterson now the quarterback under center. And here is motion, and we have a handoff straight ahead. And he's going to get a few yards back.
Rollman?
Going to be short of the 50-yard line, and that was Rollman.
Give him about 4 on the carry.
Bring up second and 11.
Here comes Jay back.
Jay Lee back in the game.
They'd have to take his helmet.
They have to take his shoulder pads, helmets, and blocking pads, and everything else. So here we go. Jay Lee
Now what?
back in the game, and what do we have? A timeout by the Aurora Hound Dogs.
Sure.
And 42.2 seconds on the clock, and of course the turbo clock in effect here. So the score at this point, 48-6. Now let's see if we can maybe muster a touchdown here with Jay Lee back in, and Patterson maybe he will.
Patterson, what was it, 2 games ago, completed a couple passes
Yes.
to Jay Lee.
Yes, he did.
Because I think Jay had 30 yards receiving that game. And then was the homecoming when he got hurt?
Yes, I think it was. So we are down
Cordova was game time decision. I mean, most of the Hounds.
We may just go for it.
I think so. Sammy was by coach, and coach didn't tell him to scat cat. Here, Jay Lee's got his helmet back on, Wayne.
Yeah, he wants he wants to come back in, I'll guarantee you. Waiting for the snap is Patterson, the quarterback.
Play clock 0. They let him snap it anyway.
He is looking. There's a pass. It's going to be well overthrown. And that's going to do it. So
I think they gave us one there. The play clock was at 0 anyway.
Yeah, the Wildcats will take over. I think you're right. I think the play clock was at 0. They said if we stop it, the play clock will stop. So they just kept it up. Here we go. We have all kinds of substitutions coming in for the Wildcats, and not sure who's going to be at quarterback. We'll try to bring that your way here pretty soon. And let's see. I can't see a number. So under center is the quarterback, and well, that is going to be Cutter Hicks. So Cutter Hicks, the new quarterback. Also in the game is number 40. That's Brady Schuer. That's a delay a game or a false start. I'm not sure which they called. But at any rate, it cost the Wildcats 5 yards. So the quarterback, Hicks, into the ball game for the Wildcats, as he is a freshman.
Wow.
So they getting some experience here. Here's a handoff straight ahead and piling it up at about the 46-yard line will be the ball carrier. And I'm trying to see who that was. And I believe that
Jay Lee's back on D.
this is last
He
game.
wants to finish the game with Connor and Cordova.
Oh, yeah.
They started this thing together. He wants to be out there when they end it. I get it. I get it. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely. And here is Hicks, the quarterback, and he is under center. Gets the snap, hands it off straight ahead. There's the first down. As it's piled up at about the 43-yard line. And I said first down. That was a first down. It's second down. And about 10 yards to go. Actually, it's going to be third down and 7 as the Wildcats probably in 4-down territory and probably will just go ahead and run a couple of plays here. Approaching the 8-minute mark, splitting to the left is Blue as he gets the snap and the quarterback back, handoff straight ahead. And they get the first down, and they just moved that defensive line backwards. So,
well, these guys that are coming in now for Cassville, second string ain't played. Unlikely our team, like I said, hands on the hips, tired.
also in the game is Brendan Solinsky. He is the freshman, and he opened a huge hole for the Wildcats. He is just a freshman, but he weighs 160 pounds.
Hicks is listed 5'5", 140, Wayne.
Yeah, here's the handoff straight ahead inside the 30 down to about the 34-yard line. Going to be a gain of about 5, we'll say, maybe 4. See where they mark it.
Times like this, though, you're still playing for your family, your town, yourself, your season.
And the school.
And the school.
You got it.
Pride right here. Pride, boys.
Into the ball game is Kurt Deaver. He is a freshman also, 5'2", 105 pounds, a wideout. So he splits out to the left side. Little bitty guy.
Holy
My
cow.
goodness.
5'2", 105 pounds? I'm sorry.
Here is the handoff, and not much running room there. Gets maybe a yard
See
on
if that was
the
a
play.
misprint. Freshman, 5'2", 105 pounds.
He comes
He
out
got
of
his
the
play. He came out.
He got his name in the paper. All right. Into the game is Liam,
He would have got some more snaps if
Winner.
he had lived in the Aurora district this year.
another freshman.
They're unloading the bench now, aren't they?
Oh, yeah. Another freshman. He's 6'1", 145 pounds.
Wow.
So, waiting 18 seconds on the play clock, 5 minutes and
No hurry
about
whatsoever.
30 seconds on the game clock. To the line of scrimmage, here they come. And splitting the left side, that is Hernandez. He is another freshman.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He tripped
So,
after the whistle was blown.
yeah, after the whistle. Well, let's see. That's probably going to cost them 5. The Wildcats. It's still third down, but now it's going to be third and about 10. So we'll call it third and maybe 11 because ball is back to the 34-yard line. Into the game for the Wildcats is Frank Osborne, another freshman. Boy, they have a lot of freshmen, don't they? My goodness.
They have a lot of
Getting
players.
some playing time. Here is the snap and the handoff straight ahead. He gets back
Good tackle.
inside the original line of scrimmage. Just bring up 4th down.
Dalton Kleining on the tackle there. 4th and 11.
And it's at the 4 minutes and 10-second mark. Play clock is just now started, and it's at the 25-second mark.
We knew we had a tough task ahead of us coming
Yeah.
down here tonight, Wayne, and Wildcats proved it, winning convincingly.
Yeah, but it was only 7-6 at the end of the first
It
period.
was.
Here we go to the line of scrimmage. Hicks, the quarterback, under center. He is waiting for the snap and a flag
What
on the
now?
play, and the clock ran out.
No, it was 2. What is it?
And we have
Offside?
offside.
On the offense?
On the offense.
Huh.
So that'll move
Okay.
them back 5 more yards. So the offense for the Wildcats, it's a learning experience.
It is. A lot of these guys are in for their first varsity action probably. in a
Oh, yeah.
while.
So here we go. 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the game clock. And they're weighting it down. It's still about 12 seconds on the game clock, or on the play clock. Here we go to the line of scrimmage. And Hicks, the quarterback, under center. And he gets it straight ahead and stacked up for not much gain.
Hounds are going to get the ball back one more time.
One more time. You
At
got
least
it.
one more time.
And
but I
here
would
comes
say.
a whole new unit in
For Cassville.
for Cassville. This looked like a fresh unit
Yeah.
coming in.
Hey, who's it? Jay Lee's back at quarterback. Imagine that, Wayne.
Yeah, can't
Wonder
believe
how
it.
his arm feels. Let him fly one more out. Why not?
Well, here we go. And
Rollman's on the outside.
yeah, and here comes Patterson. He's on the outside. Rollman is going to set up in the slot on the right side. What do we
I think
have?
they had too many men on the field. It should be a penalty. They shouldn't have been able to call timeout when they had 15 guys on the field.
Well, they did. They called timeout at the 2:18 mark. And
But
so
over here on the outside, though, we had Rollman, and I looked, number 16's a freshman against sophomore Rollman, which has senior-like playing minutes this year.
yeah.
Why not?
Oh, you
Jay
bet.
Lee's earned the right to chuck one more.
Yeah, he has. He's the senior leader on this ball club. And you're right, he has earned that right.
He's been fun to watch this year, but so many times, you know, he might have made mistakes trying to make a play, but other times, boy, he might run 20, 30 yards back and somehow find time to chuck one, and it's been fun. We're going to miss him next year.
You bet. And the freshmen and sophomores that's taking part in this game for the Hound Dogs, what a great experience this is. Here is a whistle on
Man.
the play, and what do we have?
You'd think they'd be a little lenient, but
You would think so. And the clock is still moving at the 2.
offsides
05.
on offense. Wow.
So they'll march that off, and we are under 2 minutes to go in this game. Patterson splits out to the right. Here is Jay Lee under center, and he keeps it, turns the corner,
Go, Jay.
and he is going to keep it. And now he pitches it to
They didn't-
Sims,
Oh,
and
yeah.
Sims gets down to inside the 30-yard line.
I
The clock is
I
still
think it
moving.
might have been a forward pitch, Wayne, but the ref's got his hat off, so I don't know what.
Yeah. They're going to call something against
We need to
Aurora.
call a timeout.
And they did. They stopped the clock now. And let's see what all this is. Aurora's marching backwards. And
There's a
So-
flag on the 42-yard line,
Yeah, and
and I think it may be illegal.
well,
It might have caught us.
it looked like the signal that he gave was illegal motion. No, it's holding. Holding against Aurora. Oh, come on, guys.
And then he said
56.
illegal forward pass.
Yeah. The illegal forward pass. Holding is declined. And illegal forward pass.
Loss of down.
Yeah. And a loss of down. So, it will bring,
Good effort. Why not?
sure,
What do you got to lose at that point?
yeah. So it's 2nd and 15. The ball is, well, they're marching it off, I guess. They're going to march it off. It depends on where the thing took place. And Aurora called their last time out, I believe.
No, no.
They still have 2 left, but they said that Aurora had called a timeout. Anyway, we'll see.
I said it on my Saturday morning show last week, Wayne. I used to go to Mighty Mike games. My daughters were cheerleaders. The guy used to have a wireless mic. I don't understand. With all the money people pay to come here, why can't we understand what the call is?
Yeah,
Not
no.
that, I don't know.
No kidding.
It's just my soapbox for today.
Well, it's 2nd and 1. The ball's on the 44-yard line. So now
Yeah,
it's a double reverse. And here's Rollman, and he's going to lose yards. He's going to lose a yard or so on the play. And fooled everybody but Cassville defense. So that'll bring up 3rd, and we'll call it about 3.
Yeah, we called another one.
Yeah. They want to stop the clock.
Yeah, well, maybe it's more for the seniors.
Well, that's the last time out, so.
Yeah, we're out of them.
Yep. Cassville still has 2. 1:09 on the clock as the Cassville Wildcats are going to walk away with another win here tonight. And we shall see as far as.
We want to thank all of our sponsors real quick.
Oh,
Community
absolutely.
National Bank, Crawford Cantor Funeral Home, Sonic Drive-In, Jim Carr Oil Company, Thunder Bay Car Wash, First Independent Bank, Heller Heat and Air, Shelter Insurance, Jimmy Mitchell Motors, Jernigan True Value Hardware, Parkway Hardware Central Sheet Metal, Pettit Law Office, American Roof Restoration, Aurora MFA, Access Family Care, Lawrence County Prevention Team, and Ozark Business Services. We want to thank all you all for sponsoring the Hounds and me and Wayne this year so we could go on the road and have some fun and call some hound dog football.
Been a lot of fun, hasn't it?
It has.
1:09 left in the season for the Aurora Hound Dogs. As they line it up, here's Jay Lee under center. Here is Rollman in motion, and here is a pitch back. And Jay Lee is going to head for the sidelines, and he is hit and dropped. And did he fumble?
No.
I think he held on to it. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And let's see if they.
Jay will get another snap.
Oh, yeah. He'll get. This will be his last snap, maybe.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, because the clock ain't going to stop.
40 or under 40 seconds, now 35 seconds. And let's see if this is the last play of the year for the Aurora Hound Dogs. 2 receivers to the right and 1 to the left, slot the right side. Here's Jay Lee back, and it's overthrown. So the clock is still running,
that'll be
and that'll do it. So the Wildcats will take over, and they'll take over on their own on the
No, it's game over.
Aurora 40-yard line, but that's going to do it. The game is going to
Wrapped
be
it
history in
up.
about 2-1, and that's it. So the final score, 48-6 in favor of the.
Tough season for the Hound Dogs.
Yeah, and do you notice the second half is when they did all of their scoring, and not only the second half, but at halftime, the score was 27-6. But at the end of the first period, the score was 7-6.
Yeah.
And the the Wildcats took it in at the 6:15 mark, and then Aurora came right back, and at the 58.4 second mark, Jay Lee took it in from 1 yard out, and the score at the end of the first period was 7-6. Even at half, it was 27-6, and the Hound Dogs were still in this ball game, but the attrition just took over, and they just couldn't handle going both ways, and just run out of gas here again this evening. And we sure hated to see some of the guys get up limping, and
It's been a tough year, Wayne.
it really has been.
They've been outnumbered, outmatched in so many ways, but uh, not just being a Hound Dog and calling the game, but I am proud of those guys that are out there because I've watched and I know how hard it's been, and especially for these seniors, you know, you didn't want to go out 1-9. You know,
Right.
they fought, they tried, they never gave up.
That
And
they did.
I've been proud to call them.
Yes, and I have been very proud to be a part of this again this year. And we thank you again, Chad, for allowing me to be here with you.
Yeah, you know, we just met each other a couple months ago, and we've had a lot of fun. I am partial. That Hall of Fame, that Wednesday date we had was pretty awesome.
Yes, it was.
I'd never been to anything like that, and I'll have those memories forever.
Well, let's do this. Let's take a break, and we'll come back and wrap it up, and maybe have a chance to visit with the coach. And
Yeah, we'll give some score updates and maybe see who's gonna play who in districts coming up next week.
you bet. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back right after this. here in Cassville, Missouri, as the Cassville Wildcats run it up on the Aurora Hound Dogs here this evening. 48-6, the final score here tonight. Want to remind you also that when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? And if your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you answer yes to any of these questions, you're showing a positive example of sportsmanship. So don't forget that when you attend a high school event, young eyes are watching you for an example of acceptable behavior. By making a conscious effort, you will be helping our students grow into be better citizens. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and Talon Broadcasting. So that will do it here, partner, as we wait on the coach to see if he wants to come over here for the last time.
Yeah, and I'm looking over there. There's at least 50 or more loyal fans and stuff waiting for the team to get done. It's good to see some support there from local hound fans.
Yeah, we had quite a turnout here tonight as we look across the field and
still doing their push-ups.
Boy, yes, they are still doing their push-ups, and they do that after every game, and they form a circle with their heads pointing in, and they do their push-ups.
Yeah, that
is fantastic, and I love the coach, the way Coach Welly leads the team in prayer.
Right
at the end of the game.
Every game.
And he does that every game. And if we have just a moment by waiting on to see what the coach will do here, I would love to see a lot more kids come out for football next year. Give these kids a break. And some of them, or a lot of them, have gone both ways, and that really, really wears on a team. And when you have a 10-game season like all these schools have, then by your 6th, 7th, and 8th week, it really starts to show when you have to go both ways. And with the effort that these young men give, my hat is off to them, because they and Jay Lee.
They had some good leaders with Jay Lee and Shaw and Cordova.
Yes.
Leading the way. And the coach is, I think, maybe coming up this way. Maybe Wayne. I think he may. I'll give some quick update scores. Looks like Mount Vernon 33, Nevada 0 in the fourth quarter. Monette beating Hollister 38-14 in the fourth quarter. Seneca outlasted Reed Spring 21-14. So there's some scores. So no upsets. Looks like Mount Vernon will play at home against number 4 Seneca next week. And it looks like number 3 Monette will travel down here to Cassville and play the Wildcats. And let's see, they played, I believe, the third week of the season. And Cassville beat them 21-14 on this field. So that should be an intriguing, good game. And then, who's to say, Seneca, the first time they played Mount Vernon, it was a one-score game. So some interesting games in the semifinals of the district next week.
Well, when you look at the Big 8 conference, and it's called the Big 8, but there's 14 teams, and 7 in each division. And
there's 2 2As, 4 4A, or 2 2As, 2 4As, and 9 3As in the Big 8.
Yeah, and it's tough from the top to the bottom. And yes, Aurora only won 1 game this year, and Nevada didn't win a game this year. So they're going to go 0-10. Aurora will be 1-9.
Right.
However, don't count them out next year. I'll guarantee you both of these teams will send out 11 guys again. And I hope that Aurora will have some incoming freshmen that really want to play.
Yeah, Coach a couple weeks ago told us that the 7th grade line was bigger than our varsity line. So, thanks, bud. So, yeah, I think he's making his way, I hope, this way.
Well, we'll wait and see. Not sure if Coach is going to make it up here or not. Oh, just as we say that, he walks in. And so Coach Craig Weldy coming in as we're talking about the attrition of the players. And boy, I tell you, Coach, when you have very few players to deal with to start this game, why it sure looks tough. You know, when you look out there and the guys are standing with hands on their hips and really gasping. But boy, they played their hearts out again.
Yeah, they did. So proud of this group. Very proud of our seniors. Those we wound up with 3 able to play, and 2 of them have been sick all week, and one of them's got an ankle about as big as a grapefruit. So, but they did. They played their hearts out. They gave a lot of great leadership to our young guys, and you know, our young guys played hard. We made too many mistakes again, and again, that's just that's usually things that you're able to fix on Monday nights, and we're just not there. But hopefully, you know, our young guys have come on, and so we played a great football team tonight in Cassville, and I expect them to go a ways in the playoffs. So. You know, you hate the end of season this way, but again, I keep saying this, but this group of kids have been so resilient. They've been so willing to work hard. When it would have been the easier thing to do to shut down and quit, they just refused to do that, and I'm proud to get to be a part of their team.
Absolutely, Coach, and we made the same comment, and hopefully, when football season starts next year, that we'll see a turnout. Maybe a lot of the freshmen will be coming out, and maybe some of the sophomores. We'd love to see quite a few more kids coming out for football, not just for the numbers, but kids like Jay Lee, who played his last game here tonight. And I thought you were going to have to take his pads and his helmet and everything else off because he wanted to come back in. And by George, he was going to play the last down.
Well, he's a player.
Yes.
You know, just there's parts of that kid laying all over this conference. Every field he played on, he left a part of himself, and he's just been such a great leader. And you know, he was the glue that you know, say glue on a 1-9 team, but these kids stuck together. And Jay was the glue that made that happen. And you know, he didn't get the things done that he wanted to do this year, but still he accomplished a lot. And I'm very, very proud to get to be his hound dog brother. And you know, you know, he's going to be successful in whatever he wants to do because he doesn't know how not to work. You know, if that's all it takes to work to be successful, he's going to be one successful dude.
You know, you're right. And a lot of these players, and I noticed Sims tonight almost had to be carried off the field, but yet he came back in and finished the game.
Well, that's one thing when you don't have numbers. You know, we told him last week, I said, turn around and look over your shoulder, look behind you. Who's there? There's nobody. Right. It's you. You know, it's up to you, and there's nobody going to do it for you. There's nobody to step up and take your place. So, you know, we're in a situation where these kids really had to tough it out, and they did. You know, physically we weren't matching up with just about anybody we played this year, but our kids didn't back off. They went toe to toe with everybody we played.
Oh, absolutely, Coach. Take a look at this Big 8 conference, and really from top to bottom. It's difficult to say that one team parentally is not capable of playing with the rest of them, because that's not true. In the Big 8 conference, I think this is probably one of the best conferences around.
Oh, I think it is the best conference around.
I think you're right.
You look at Cassville, you look at Mount Vernon, of course, you look at Seneca. As far as the teams that are in our district, Monette is come on, and their program's really going, but you know, doing well. East Newton, I haven't heard what they did down at was it Willow that they went, or no, Houston. They went to Houston. Coach Woods got those kids playing great. I'd like to know what happened there.
20-7, they were down in the fourth
Oh heck! Well, I really expected him to, have a good outing out there, but everybody's playing well. You know, we were on a down year, and we've kind of struggled the last 2 years with numbers and kids playing positions that they wouldn't normally play on a normal
Right.
football team. So, yeah, we hope that we get kids to come out and play the game of football. There's so much for them to learn from playing football about themselves and about being a man and working with other people. So it's a great it's a great substitute for the game of life whenever you're trying to teach these life lessons. And we've got to make a concerted effort to be more involved with our Mighty Mite program and our youth leagues.
Right.
And we've got plans to do that now. And I'm going to meet with the junior high players this next week and talk to them about the upcoming off season and about being a hound dog football player. We want them to stay with us and be a part of it. And we've got good numbers down there, and that's going to be a focus to try to get those numbers up and keep them as they are.
That was my next question was, what does what does the coach do now that the football season's over? And you just answered part of that is you're going to meet with the JV team or the junior high, and they're coming in next year, and they'll be a part of this team. And so I guess your duties doesn't stop.
No,
And
the job. There's no time to waste. You already start planning off season. We've got our weight room reserved already for the days of the week that we want. And you can ask these freshmen here when last year if they thought they'd be varsity players, they would have had that wide-eyed look. You bet. And but here they are. They didn't have any. There was nobody. They were the last line standing, and they were the ones that had to come in. So, you want to prepare, and honestly, our numbers are going to be a little better next year. But if it stays like it is, even we're still going to be small numbers because our junior class is a small class, and we don't have very many kids play football in that class. But our sophomore class will be juniors, and our fresh class will be sophomores.
right,
Hopefully we can keep them up and around the 10 to plus players. Get the injured kids back and talk to all of them, and they're all excited about you get a young kid injured and you worry about number one, you worry about them and their own health, but then you wonder how they're going to respond to this injury and will they come back and want to play football. And the three kids that we've got right now, the three sophomores, all plan to play. They're all planning to play football.
and isn't that wonderful? It's wonderful because when you look at examples and the examples that the seniors set this year and the seniors to be, and the example that they set for these younger kids that's coming in, the junior high kids that's going to be freshmen next year, and the example that they set. But more importantly, it's hound dog football, and that is just something to be a part of.
Yeah, and we want to build on that. And
You
when we
bet.
get involved with the Mighty Mite program, we want it to be something to be a hound dog football player. We want to mean a lot, and so we're going to push towards that and try to get the excitement back where it belongs. We our kids, most of our kids are 2 or 3 sport players that play football, and
Right.
we're very very proud that we promote that. We want our kids to play multiple sports and want them to represent our school as much as they possibly can and still keep their academics in line. But
Right.
that's the big thing, and that's one of the parts that we will talk with our younger players of junior high next week is about their academics and what their expectations are. But I'm excited to visit with them, and we're excited to get these kids. We're going to take a couple of weeks to kind of heal up, do a little lifting, and get healed up, and get ready to go again. It's cycles up. Next year started.
Oh yeah. Well, and basketball season starts, and then like you say, some of these kids are 2 and 3 sport players. And I know back, even as far back as when I was in high school, we had 3 and 4 sports that we wanted to be a part of because it helps keep you in shape. And then you get ready when the summertime hits. You get ready to start hitting guys on the football field.
You bet. Well, you know, multiple sport athletes they're a whole athlete. They're a complete athlete. They learn each sport requires a different skill set, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
if they play those 2 or 3 sports, they get to build their body to play different skill sets, and it just makes them a more complete athlete.
Coach, I really, really appreciate you coming in and visiting with us, and especially all year long. And a lot of coaches would have just said, I don't want to bother with that. But you have been the kind of coach that a lot of these kids, they have your personality, and they get out there and they leave everything on the field. And I'm just so glad to be a part of
Well,
this year, and we thank you for that.
well, we're glad to have you, and you know I'm proud of these kids, so I'm going to come and talk about them, and you know it's not been what I wanted. I would have much rather them been able to come up here and talk to you guys about
You bet.
wins. I don't want to put them on the spot to have them come up here and talk whenever things don't go our way, but I'm not any you know. I'm just as proud as if they were 10-0 right now. I'm proud of these kids for what they've accomplished as young men. So.
You bet, and rightfully so, Coach. That's Coach Willie, and I'm Wayne Roberts. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back to wrap it up right after this. Wildcat Country at Cassville, Wayne Roberts, along with Chad Estes. And boy, it's been a tough season, but the final score here tonight, 48-6, and that's kind of indicative of what went on all season with this Aurora Ball Club. 1-9, the final as far as the record is concerned, but give them this, that uh, they did not walk away from any of these games. They stayed right in there, even tonight, when they really didn't have a chance going in the fourth quarter to win this ball game. But yet, what did they do? They came out, and I mean, they played.
Yeah, still hitting, still trying, still doing their best. They, like we said all year, they were outnumbered in many ways, but the season, like we said earlier, 8 seconds we were technically undefeated. That 9th second, Cassville went across, but our season started here, and unfortunately, partner, it's ending here. But
Yes.
it's been It's been a fun year. It's been a learning experience. I haven't been a 44-year-old rookie before, so you've taught me a lot. But we've
It's been fun, hasn't it?
yeah, it has been. It's bittersweet but sad, but it's also given me the opportunity to get on the airwaves on Saturday morning
You bet.
and express myself and that Saturday morning shoot around. And we're going to have you sometime this winter calling in a couple times, and
We
we're still
will
going to
do
keep in
that.
contact with you.
We will do that. And Jess Williams, we appreciate everything you've done this year for us. Also, running the camera and running the computer.
Yes.
And I guarantee
All that
you,
stuff we can't do.
yeah, I started to say that's something that these kids, I tell you, when I have something wrong with my computer, I take it to church, and I have one of the kids, and they can say, well, here, Pastor Wayne, here's all you need to do, and,
Yeah, well,
and they can fix it.
my daughters are both out of the house right now, where they're my Christmas wrappers and my to-doers. So yeah, I'm lost.
Well, once again, it's been fun, guys, and we need to go ahead and wrap it up and get out of
Yep.
here. I think they're
Yep.
waiting on us. So once again, the final 48-6 as the season comes to an end for the Aurora Hound Dogs. We sure hope you've enjoyed it, and for my partners and for the coach, so long, everyone.